Jai Baba, Chapter 4. All this while, Baba was not known beyond Shirdi. And even in Shirdi, there were many people who did not take him seriously. He was just another temperamental fakir to most. Sai barely spoke to anybody. He would do his gardening and meditate. He would sit under the neem tree for hours, lost in the divinity within him. Sometimes he would sit under a tree which stood by a stream close to the boundary of the village. Once in a while, especially in the afternoon, he would go to Nimgaon, which was a mile away from Shirdi. He would spend time with Baba Sahib, who was a descendant of Trimbak Dengle, who was the Jagidar of Nimgaon. Baba was very fond of Baba Sahib. Now this Baba Sahib had a younger brother called Nana Sahib. This younger brother had sadness in his heart. His first wife could not bear him a child, and thus he got married again. He still had no children. Baba Sahib convinced his younger brother to go and take Baba's blessings. In a very short period of time, Nana became a father. This was nothing short of a miracle, and the news spread far and wide that it was because of Sai Baba's blessings that Nana was finally blessed with a child. This incident brought a lot of people to Shirdi. Though a number of people began to meet Baba, he spent most of the time in silence. He answered only what he was asked and did not indulge in idle chatter. For a long time, Baba lived in a place called Takia, where he would tie small bells of gungrus around his ankles and dance and sing. Anyway, he was considered to be a madman, and not many people took a lot of interest in this heavenly sight, which after a while Baba stopped indulging in. What one would not give to see our Lord and Master dance and sing with gungrus around his ankles. Much before the wrestling match, a lady by the name of Baija, later known as Baija Ma or Baija Bai, married a very rich landowner called Ganpat Kote Patil. The moment Baija saw Baba, she knew that he was the one. She knew that he was her Lord and Master. She just knew. Her philosophy was simple. Food was God. To feed the poor, the sages and the fakirs was as spiritual as sitting down for prayers and meditation. Baija loved Baba like a father, brother and son. Baba once revealed that Baba and she had shared many lifetimes together, and in one lifetime she had been his sister. Religion might change with one's birth, but spiritual and selfless love is permanent. It continues life after life after life. She took it upon herself to take care of Baba. He spent most of his time in the Babul forest or under the neem tree. Very often he would disappear and then be found at some other place, far away from the prying eyes and troublesome children. The forest was vast and wide, and there was no proper road running through it. Baija Bai would wake up, have a bath, say her prayers, prepare food for her household, then pack some food for Baba, and then go in search of him. Sometimes she would find him in a short while. At other times it would take her a really long time. She was clear that till she had fed Baba, she would not eat a morsel of food or drink water. Such love for a man who was considered mad by most. Sometimes Baija Ma would have to walk a mile or more to find Baba. travails, bushes and thorns to feed him, and only then she would return home to partake of food and water herself. Her love transcended the fact that Baba appeared to be a Muslim, a fakir, and was considered strange, to say the least. She did not allow the prejudices of the world to come in the way of her love for Baba. Every day, for over 2.5 years, which was the span of time that Baba spent in the forest and in the wilderness, she would walk to wherever he sat and made sure that Baba was fed. Sometimes he would be in deep meditation, and she, like a mother feeding her infant, would slowly make Baba eat food. She would open his mouth, feed him, cajole him, so that eventually Baba would open his eyes and eat properly. Only when she had fed Baba properly would she go back home, break her fast, and then take care of her household duties. Gradually, her son Tatya too began to accompany his mother to feed Baba. Baba loved children. Tatya would climb onto Baba's shoulder and play and scream. Baba would chuckle, smile like a child, and indulge Tatya. Though Baba was very friendly with children, he would often say that children are not friends of their parents. Do not become a friend of your child, because if you do, then who will play the role of a parent? One day it began to rain heavily. It continued to rain for hours. Malsapati and 2 of his friends ran about hither and thither, trying to locate Baba. The rain got only more intense, and after a while, none of the 3 men could take a step further. Nobody could venture out of their houses. Even Baijama was unable to step out of her house. The torrential rain continued for 2 days. Not many are aware of the fact that she abstained from food and water for those 2 days too, as she had not been able to feed her Sai. When it stopped raining, the villagers found Baba still under the margosa tree, half sitting, half reclining, in a state of complete meditation, with all the filth of the village and forest clinging to him. Baba was oblivious to his surroundings. He was in deep meditation. Nobody dared to touch him, as he was known to go into bouts of rage and was not beyond abusing or thrashing people around him. After a few hours, Baba came out of his meditative state. Malsapati bowed down to Baba and told him that henceforth he would live in the masjid. Baba was no longer a stranger to Shirdi. He was one of them. He could make the masjid his home. Baijama stood in a corner, crying silently. All those who were present were shocked to see as to how had Baba survived the rain and the storm. Baba nodded his head and slowly walked towards the masjid. It was a broken down house made out of mud and cow dung, not more than 10 feet long and 7 feet deep, and with the east side open to the forces of nature. Baba looked at the masjid and smiled. My mother, at last, has opened her arms to me. This is no longer a masjid. This is Masjid Ai, the mother of all mothers. Baba always referred to the holy mosque as Masjid Ai. This was his name for Dwarka Mai, which was given by followers years later when Baba had advanced in age. All throughout his life, Baba referred to the mosque as Masjid Ai. Thus in this book, the mosque which is now known as Dwarka Mai shall be referred to as Masjid Ai. Peace be to all. Baba keep us all protected. Jai Sai.
I don't believe spirituality is all about chakras, meditation, kundalini and all that jazz. I believe spirituality is about living life with calmness, decency, courage, fearlessness, humility, experiencing the highs with joy and experiencing the lows with courage. Hi, I'm RUZBEH.N.BHARUCHA, author of 21 published books. I conduct workshops on life and spirituality. I shall be speaking on and off on this platform. Come, join me for this ride. Ramblings with RUZBEH.N.BHARUCHA. Jai Baba.